ambiance. Okay, here we are for the last 2 pages of the Chapter 2 Flora section. And so, plants of the Western Frontier, which maybe after the books I could also go into the game and read all that lore if you would like. These are going to be a lot of videos. I also have a little 3D printed Tolkien, which you can find on Etsy. You know, it can come in like a color, and you can, once you get it home, then you can paint it. I will let you know that sometimes these, the long antenna things here that go on their chin, they actually have been known to kind of come off, but you can just like pop it back in. Or whatever, just so you know. Still be very careful, you know? I actually have 2 of these. One of them I'm planning on painting, the other one I'm just going to leave in the blue form. Maybe I might dry brush some glow-in-the-dark paint on it or whatever. So, yep. And then I also did buy one for one of my friends on TikTok. So, okay. Last page, here we go. Plants of the Western Frontier. The Western Frontier's upper plains and clouded forests are home to plants with a variety of survival mechanisms, as well as species that provide sustenance to the Na'vi who live here. Cloudspitter. Growing on grasslands, Cloudspitter is so named for the way its flower explodes and disperses seeds on a long, high arc. And then you just have to find them afterwards. I'm like, this thing got lost in the grass. I have no idea where it went. The things that go all the time. Right there. The Sunflower Gigantus. You can have fun on those. A large, nutrient-rich plant, the Sunflower Gigantus can release the energy stored in its stems and propel anything that steps on it to a great distance into the air. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. The Featherblade. The hardy Featherblade grows in the windswept upper plains. The Na'vi dry its stamens and use them for sweet-smelling kindling. They also cook with the plant's large, starchy seeds. Mistbloom. Native to grasslands and rainforests, the mistbloom grows on the ground or on vines. It emits a cloud of seed spores when disturbed. Right here. Yep, you get covered in blue. Mermaid tail. The leafy body of this plant lies across the ground but can spring to an upward position if disturbed, an action that deters predators. It can also launch you into the air. A very pretty plant. Just don't want to step on it or you're also going to get catapulted. Lift vine. This carnivorous plant grows in high places such as tall vines and cliff edges. Its trailing vine can trap and pull up insects to its digestive core. The planet cord. Okay. Last page. Hardy survivors. Many species are adapted for life in the Western Frontier's prairie, like upper plains and temperate cloud forest. Banshee's tail. Adapted to the exposed plains, this plant has leathery leaves and deep roots. Its appendages resemble the tail of a banshee. Phalaenopsis, or Phalanxia, known to the Na'vi as Smeoe. The Phalaenopsis is covered in sharp spines. The plant can eject these spines like projectiles using gas that collects in the specialized bladders with its trunk. Specialized bladders, okay? Like a pretty white top, and then it's got the spines and stuff. They go. Rain thistle. During storms, the rain thistle seeds opens to reveal its seed pod. Adapt to rocky terrain. It stores water in its fibers. So yeah, for rain thistle, if you need to collect it, you have to wait until it's raining. And then there's another type of pod that you have to wait for certain conditions as well. Like certain ones you actually have to set on fire. And then also the eye thorn. Very prickly. This planimal can detect the presence of nearby organisms and sway its body in a violent jutting motion to deter them. Both of these plants, the eye thorn, it also can, I guess, kind of shrink itself or do something and kind of, it doesn't shoot its spines, but it can kind of make them extend and shoot out. Like jut out like a porcupine. And that is it for Chapter 2, the flora. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I wasn't just annoying. And very short. It's only 7 minutes right now. So that ends Chapter 2 of the World of Avatar, the Visual Exploration. Hope you're enjoying this little series thing that I am doing so far, and yeah. So I'll see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful good morning, good evening, good night, and hope the ambiance isn't too loud, or I'm not too loud. Sometimes I'll do the ambiance, but then I also tend to sometimes talk a little bit quieter or whatever, so I'm not an expert at this, but I do like having fun, so yeah. Hope you're enjoying it so far. Okay. Bye-bye.